It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel. So you go it alone, you turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win.
R&R Estates Farms, located in Little Rock, Arkansas, provides a charming venue and bed and breakfast, ideal for hosting various events, including weddings, corporate conferences, birthday parties, galas, networking events, workshops, live performances, theater productions, art exhibits, fashion shows, holiday celebrations, bridal showers, graduation parties, family gatherings, quinceañeras, themed events, outdoor festivals, wellness retreats, food and wine tastings, and photo shoots. Book with us today.
Let's re-elect Antoine Phillips for city director because he believes in better neighborhoods, better economic opportunities, better recreational opportunities. Early voting begins soon, October 21st. For more information, go to AntoinePhillips.com.
All right, good evening, Sunday evening. What are you laughing about, Trevor? What are you laughing at our intro for? What's going on with that?
Yeah, we need to upgrade it.
Happy Sunday evening. Good evening. I'm your host, B-Level.
And I'm Aundria.
And today it's just the two of us, but together we make the baddest podcast this side of Mississippi. We go by the name of the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, and Tristan is feeling a little under the weather today. I don't know what's going on with you and Tristan with these bugs. Last week you was, I don't know what's going on with you. You was sick. And then this week Tristan is sick. What do y'all, I mean, do I need to just sanitize the studio down? Like, what the hell's going on around
and
here?
It's getting cold. The weather changing. So you know how it be.
So as I said with Aundria last week, Tristan was shading you too.
Was he?
You got to go back and look at it. He was shading you.
Okay,
But
Tristan, I got your ass this Sunday while you ain't here.
So keep Tristan in your prayers. He's got some bug. He called me and he wasn't sounding right. So I said, bro, stay at home.
What kind of bug?
I don't know. He just said he wasn't feeling well. So I'm
Bugs is
like, bro,
bugs,
stay
Tristan.
at the house. We might need to Skype your ass in, but stay at home. If you want to call, you can call Tristan. But otherwise, he's feeling under the weather. So we're going to be without Tristan today. So real quick, we're talking about sponsors. Shout out to R&R. If you are needing a place to rent for a wedding, reception, anything, R&R States is a great place to rent. We actually broadcast out there. It is a dope mansion out off of Dixon Road, and they are one of our big sponsors for the podcast. So make sure you patronize them. And then also October 21st, go vote for Antoine Phillips for city director. That's within a couple of weeks. If you live in the city of Little Rock, please vote Antoine Phillips. Okay. Now, before I start, Aundria, Before we get into the podcast, a lot of my friends have been asking me about my cousin Steve Bolip Phillips. I don't know if you guys know, he is in St. Vincent. He's in the hospital. He's not doing well. And before I start, I'm just going to give you an update to him. His wife released a statement, and then I want to read the statement, and then I want to go straight onto this. It says, I want to take a moment to say thank you for all of your prayers and concern for Steve Bolip Phillips. I know many of you have called, text, and inbox, but he is still in ICU, and he is heavily sedated. When he is able to, I will make sure that he gets every message he's gotten. Please keep him in your prayers, and when you go to church this morning, God, this was yesterday, please say a prayer for him. He has a long way to go and will probably be in the hospital for a little while, but I know God is a healer and he is able to do all things. Special thanks to all who have come to see him, prayed over him, or called to just check on him. And to those who have checked on me, I really appreciate it because I never expected that. Thank you so much again. Thank you all for showing so much love. Keep him in your prayers. We love him. So I will just say, I will mimic that. I actually went and saw Bo, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday. He was not doing well. So, I would just say, I will mimic what his wife said. Just, hey, when you guys are saying your prayers tonight, make sure you say an extra prayer for Bo. Let me get it back to my live screen. Make sure you say an extra prayer for Bo. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys, as always, I'm always on time. I'm always trying to launch the app somewhere between 6:55. And so I launched it a little bit early. So people are used to us coming on at 7:05. We're here a little early. I need the people that are on the podcast to share. Please share, please comment.
Share.
Yes. I need to get our viewers up. And the only way that we can do that is by sharing. So when you guys come on, please share the live and put shared in the comment. And I see that we got Tamla McElroy here. She's always on time.
Hey, Tam.
She's saying prayers up for Bo. So anybody else who's on here, Donald Stevens, I see you on here. Please share. Q Note, podcast producer. Hey, Q, share the live. Raleigh Teresa, please share. Meredith Cole, I seen you just come on. Please share. Kevin Richardson, I see you on. I'm calling you guys all out. Share it. Please share it and just put shared in my comment so I can shout y'all out. Okay? Please share it in the comment so I can shout y'all out. Now, let me see. Make sure we talked about Bolip. Okay, we have a really big announcement. I posted yesterday that we had a really big announcement on the show, on the podcast. And I'm going to make this big announcement later on. So I want to make sure we've got everybody on before I make this huge, gigormous. Is that a word? Gigormous? That's not a word. That's not a word. Well, big. You know what the hell I'm talking about, Aundria. Catastrophic, huge announcement. Later on in the show, some great things are happening to the podcast. And when I say some great things are happening to the podcast. And I'm going to share with you a little bit later on in the broadcast with my big announcements. Okay, so let's go back to the comments. Shan Swinson, I see you just coming on. Share it, baby girl, share it. Donald Stevens says, what's up, B-level prayers to Bo? Yes. Cassandra Allen, share. Thank you, Cassandra. Meredith Cole, hey, Tam. Meredith, I need you to share it. Cheryl, you just coming on, you're watching. I see you coming on. Share my live. Latanya Robinson, I see you on. Share it. Erison Forte, Ford, I see you, boy. Share it. I need everybody that's on to share it, and put share it in the comment. Lena, I don't know, I guess it's Lena. Share it. All right, and I can know if you guys share it because I promise you, if you share it, my numbers will go up. So I'm going to pull very hard on you to share. Now, I need you guys to also do me a couple of housekeeping things, and that's to go to the UTB Podcast Facebook page if you have not, and follow that. UTB Podcast on Facebook and follow that. I need you to follow that. I also momentarily need you to go to the YouTube page and go to Brian Stewart Sr. and subscribe to that. I need you to subscribe to that and hit the notification button so that when we get our lives on YouTube over there, that you will be notified. Okay, I've paid all my bills. So let me get into the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about today, Aundria. And Andrea actually came up with this conversation and this topic, right? So you guys will appreciate that. Hopefully, she will lend a lot to this conversation because this was her idea to talk
are you
about
putting
it.
me on blast?
Yeah, I'm putting you out there. You be putting me out there all the time.
I'm gonna get you tonight.
Okay, so here's what we're talking about now. And also, I need to say that I did some on location stuff yesterday where I went out into the river market and I just walked up to random people. I had my daughter Madison chasing me with the camera, and she hates work, right? I made her earn some money yesterday. But I asked random people the question that we're going to talk about tonight, which is the first question that we're going to cover is being in a relationship with somebody and that mother-in-law, the in-laws, the mother keep inputting their opinion in your relationship business. Dating somebody who in-laws has a say in the relationship. All right, so we're going to talk about that in depth. Before we get on here, I want to go back to, because I want to make sure I get my viewers up. I see, let's see, Don Foots. I see you, homeboy. I need you to share this live. Nobody's come on since then. Don Foots, I need you to come and share the live. So that's basically what we're talking about is being in a relationship. I don't know, would you call it a mama's boy? I mean, because I know you got a lot of shade and you got a lot, so I wouldn't say that that's a mother's boy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So you
do we
think-
need to define that first?
Whether it's a mother's boy?
Like, what is a mama's boy? Do we need to define
Yeah,
that?
I think we need to come closer to it. I don't know why somebody come closer, Aundria. Make sure you're all right. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead and define. What do you think is a mama's boy?
A mama's boy to me is a man that needs the approval of his mom. He has to bounce ideas off of her. He has to talk with her all the time. She has to have comments in the. He's like water boy. I'm sure y'all have seen Bobby Boucher, where it's like, "Mama said, Mama said." It's like, Mama. It's like your mother is in every aspect of your business.
So basically,
it's like Scrappy and Mama D. It's like Jim Jones and his mama. It's like, how much do they have to be in your shit? Like, yeah.
So
examples.
So hey, Candy Webb, I see you on here. Thank you for sharing, Candy Webb. So that not only works for mother, it works for guys who are dating women who are under their mother's spell as well.
Right.
But I think you're probably going to see that it probably is a little bit more popular or it may not be as popular. It may that the women talk about it. They're more vocal about it, right? I mean, guys, we don't really give a shit. Like, I mean, damn your mama. We ain't trying to fuck on your mama anyway. We don't really care. But women seem to have a bigger issue with it, right?
Right.
Women seem to hate it more. And why do women hate it as much? Dre? I mean, shouldn't you look at it as, I got a woman that's helping me, giving me some advice in my relationship, helping my relationship? Why don't women look at it that way? Why do women look at it as, you act like you dating your mama and you act like you sleeping with your mama? And I mean, I've heard all the things that women say. Why do you all look at it as a negative?
I think that it's the way that it feels. And I think that when a person invites you into their life, because first of all, you don't bogart into a person's life. They invite you there. And so when a person invites you somewhere, they should create a space for you. And so sometimes there is not men don't do well with boundaries and setting archies and allowing certain people to be in certain places. They allow their mother to have girlfriend roles. They don't understand the pause of things. And so when it gets chaotic and when it gets to where there's no boundaries or the roles aren't defined, this shit get fucked up. That's just how it is.
So I get that. So
it ain't that when they're not that. Now, when the mother comes in and she's very embracing and she wants to help and she's loving, you can feel that, and you can feel when they are a Mama D.
Okay. All right, so I'm going back. Phaedra, I need you to share the live. Phaedra, you're just coming in. Shauna Johnson Ellis, please, I see you just coming in. Miss Jazzy, I see you just coming in. Share it. Hey, Mike Lee, I see you, baby. Share the live. I need everybody. Cute thought you knew. Whoever the hell is that? Cute thought you knew. Please share it. Melissa Jones, share. I need everybody that's on here, please share the live and then put shared in a comment. Now I see Candy Webb has already, and here she is right here. She said, Candy Webb has said, I have forgave, but I'm happily for this very reason. I'm happier for this very reason. When your spouse don't set the tone and allow the disrespect. When the fire starts, they can't put it out. So Candy is saying, obviously, she was in a situation where maybe the mama-in-law or the in-laws was in her business. So listen, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Normally I wait, but I am going to open the request line 501-837-0669. Let me see. Let me just put this in here. 501.
Miss Webb says happily divorced. So yes, that's true. They can never put it out, and then they don't be thinking that they can check their mama either. Like most of them be like, I can't say that to my mama. You be like, oh yeah, you can say it, or I can say it, And so then it gets real bad. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah.
So I'm going to open the information line 501-650-9726. If you want to talk about this and have a conversation with us about this. I think that this is from what I have heard from a lot of women. This is a big issue, right? This is an issue, and most men don't like drama. We don't like arguing. We don't like especially we don't want to be in no whole disagreement between our mama and our girl. Like we ain't trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to live peace, get some money, and we ain't trying to do all that. So. But a lot of times, women will make us, you need to say something to your mama and she just doing too much. And, listen, my mom can be, she can help you out on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you just would be open to receive information. But I guess women don't look at it that way. Y'all don't see it that way, right?
No, it's not that we don't see it that way. It's just when you want help, you ask for it. So I don't know. I'm just passionate about this subject. Y'all are probably going to see me be a different Aundria. It's just, my mother always say, do you want my opinion? She asks us. She asks her children. She'd be like, do you want me to tell you what I think?
Right.
And if we don't ask, then you shut up.
Right.
We don't need your input. I mean, that's why we're in a relationship.
Do you feel like most moms have to teach the women how to love their child and how to take care of their child? They've been taking care of their child forever, right? And so do you feel...
Did y'all see the smirk on my face? Do you need a man? Do you need his mama to tell you how to have sex? Do you need his mama to tell you how to do all the other shit he do?
Well,
we do not need that.
He like his noodles like warm like this. He like his pork chops cooked like this. He like this. So, you're learning him too, Aundria. So why wouldn't you take that opportunity to learn from the mother rather than being basically hating on the mama? Like you hating on the mama.
Nobody's hating on these mamas. I mean, nobody's hating on these things, but still, and I do think that I don't want to come off like you're just a mother basher, because that's not what I am. Most definitely, I love my mother. My brothers have girlfriends. My mother is so nurturing to their girlfriends, but she's not meddling. And yes, if you want to know how he like his goddamn noodles and how he want his steak cooked, then let me ask you. But otherwise, this nigga likes the way I cook my steak, and I'm trying to show him a different steak and a different chicken and a different fish. And then what your mama been doing? That's why we in a relationship.
Shots fired already, Aundria. Okay, so I see Tamla on here say, what are some of the reasons that you think a mom would be so intrusive? Tam, I just said the mother can help you figure her son out. So it ain't about being intrusive. It's about she has been raising her son for 40, 30, however long he is. You don't think you could get some information that will help you from the mother?
Yeah.
Tam, that's come on. What do you mean? Why? What are some of the reasons you think your mom should be so intrusive? That is something she trying to help your ass. She trying to help you get close to her son. She trying to help you learn her son. Listen, y'all are using her. No, for real, y'all should use her as an ally. She could be used as an ally rather than an enemy. And I think some of these women y'all just be pushing her mama out. She already.
It's not true.
She's already has this separation anxiety with being separate from her son, right? So Why wouldn't y'all want to make that situation or that transition as easy as possible?
I have to say this, B-Level. I think that for real, all bullshit to the side. Like, some of these moms are extremely emotionally attached to their sons, and they make their sons their husbands. They don't sleep with their sons, but they share all of their business. They cook for them. They correspond with them about everything. They have them in their decision making. They have their honey to do list for their sons. Their sons paid some of their bills. They have literally made their sons their husbands. And when someone else kind of moves into that box, it can kind of get very, like I said, it can get, and it's not that you don't want to learn things, because can't nobody teach you better, about somebody that has raised that person.
Right.
But I think that it's a welcoming thing, and when two people are in a relationship, it's the two of them, and so you still want to welcome that. You don't want to have to be forced with that. Or let me show you how he make it like he like his chicken. I don't need you to show me how he like his chicken. I want to make his chicken. I want to learn how to make his chicken. Or let me just ask you. I don't need you to be in it. No.
So Candy Webb is saying marriage is hard enough. Stay out of folks' damn business. Always giving your unsolicited advice.
Right, Candy. Right.
That's for Candy. All right. Candy also sent Tamala McElroy. Sometimes they feel like they're losing their baby. I get that. Tam is saying, so that would be one issue, right? Okay. Tony Dickerson is saying, being nosy if the lady needs help to learn her son, let her ask them. So that's what you're saying. Let me ask you about your son. Don't just give me that. What is this damn big ass word Tam just put down here? It's called what is that?
Which one is it?
Tam putting it. Tam's quit. Stop.
Odiola.
Tam, stop putting them big ass words in here.
What are you saying, Tam?
Tam, you listen. Stop. Sound the motherfucker out, Tam. Sound it out. Quit putting these big ass words in here that don't nobody know the meaning to. She's saying it's called something effect. I don't know what Tam is talking about. Tam, you may want to call the request line and just talk your comments, because you be putting these big old words and you know what I'm saying. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it is. But I think that people are agreeing with you that at some point in time that you should just, she said, she's trying to sound it out. Let's see. Othello effect. Which, Tam, I don't even know what that means, so I ain't even finna get into that. You got to explain that. But listen, yesterday, and I want to take some time, and yesterday I was live on location, right? And I went out to the River Market, and I had several people that I engaged with, and I'm getting ready to play one of the people that I talked with yesterday, okay? This was yesterday with me live on location in the River Market. Let's go to the live on location right now. All right, B-Level here broadcasting in the River Market with the Unpacking the Baggage podcast. And I'm just asking regular people random relationship Facebook questions, okay? So I've got, what's your name again? Diana and? Jessica. And so Diana and Jessica, the question that I'm asking today is, have you guys ever experienced being in a relationship with somebody, either married or just a relationship, dating somebody, and their mother, your in-laws, were meddling in your business? Have you guys ever been in that situation?
Yes.
You have. How did that work for you?
Divorced.
So it did not work well.
No,
Why? And was it the mom or was it the dad?
It was the stepmom.
It was a stepmom.
I love her to death, but it was just, she was pushing us to have kids, and it just wasn't going.
So she wanted y'all to have kids and y'all wasn't ready, so she was meddling in that.
Yes.
So was it, when you say she was pushing you guys, what did your husband think about it? Was he for it? Was he not for it? How did he think?
We were for it. We actually done in vitro and stuff like that because I couldn't get pregnant, and he ended up leaving me, and I got pregnant by the next guy. So it just wasn't meant to be.
Oh, so you ended up getting pregnant by somebody else?
Yes. After I got a divorce. It was after the divorce. He moved on, I moved on.
But the in-laws were just kind of meddling in the business and made it very uncomfortable for you and him. So, how long were y'all married?
6 years.
6 years. What's your ex-husband's name?
Jacob.
Jacob, you should have listened to your parents. All right. So have you ever experienced that? All right. So the next question I have.
3 times too.
You have not. The next question I have is: have you ever experienced grown kids being in a relationship? So, did Jacob have? Is it your ex-husband named Jacob? Did he have children?
No.
He did not have any kids. That's why you guys were trying to have kids. Okay. So, do you know any of your friends or anybody who have ever experienced dating someone who had grown kids that were meddling in the business?
My daughter's dad has an 18-year-old daughter.
And she didn't like him or her?
No, she liked me at first until, I don't know. We started having trouble in the relationship, and then she just...
Why do you think that she had issues? Why do you think that it was what was going on with her?
She thought that I was taking time away from her and her dad.
Oh, and how did dad step in? Did he handle it? Did he have a conversation with her?
He just threw money out there.
Just to kind of shush her up?
Yeah.
And that didn't solve the problem. It
No.
only made the issue worse, right?
Yes, he doesn't talk to her. He's in prison for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she's doing her own thing. She's doing really good. She's going to college. She's blossoming.
Okay.
She's a gorgeous young girl.
Okay. So who are y'all some kin? Are y'all some kin? Are y'all just friends? Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for talking with me. All right, there you go. That was live on location yesterday. So those of you who are joining us just off, today we're talking about being in a relationship and the in-laws and grown kids are putting their say. Now, a lot of people have come on. Niece, I see you, Thrifto. The way I see you, I want you to share the live. Shannon Johnson, please share it. Davis Austin, I see you. That's one of our great supporters. Please share it. Monica Moniz, I need you to share. Nikki, share it. Steve-O, I see you on here. Share. I need you guys to share the live if you're just coming on. If you're joining us on, we're talking about grown in-laws and grown kids being in your relationship.
And swing.
Yeah. Now she said that she actually was married. Her mother-in-law was trying to get them to have kids. They couldn't have them, but as soon as she divorced them, she got pregnant by somebody else. The hell? She got pregnant by somebody else. So shout out to that young lady. She is watching tonight. I told her that we were going to be on a podcast and that she was going to be in here. We've got several other people that we talked to that's going to go later on. So you had a question, and I want to ask this question, okay? What was the drawing question that you asked again? Ask that question that you asked me off the air, Aundria, about the mother, not the back front seat.
Okay. So most of the time in therapy, and this is usually when two people are married. 90% of the time it's when two people are married. Most of the time when you go to therapy, if there is some issues with relationship and the archy of family, the therapist or the counselor will always ask you if your husband, if your mother and your wife was in a boat and the boat starts to sink, who do you save first? Who do you save, period? And most men that have a problem with this would say they usually, number one, avoid the question. Well, I would get both of them. Or they say, run, girl, run your ass off. Like the lady, and ma'am, if you are here, congratulations on your divorce. Yeah. But most of the men, well, first of all, they try to stay away from the question. They avoid it completely. And then they'll say, well, you know, my mama, that's who raised me, and that's my mama, you know. And
that is great, and that's a good question. If the boat sank, right, and you have to decide who do you save first, right? Not.
Or you can only save one person.
No, that's
usually
that's
say
cruel.
if you can
now,
only save one person.
Now that is cruel and unlawful and
That
punishment
is
to
not-
say one. You can only, so you gotta let somebody die.
I mean, the point, the fact is so that people can't go back and forth. It's like, what is most important to you in your life? And you should know that at that moment. You should know where your priority stands as a man.
Yeah.
You should know that.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're really trying to get to, that point.
Well,
you
make
know?
no mistake. It is known that you are supposed to save your wife first.
Hit
right?
the button.
Yeah.
Hit the button.
is known that you are supposed to save your wife. Now, I've got somebody on here that's later on the show that's saying they don't know when it comes to daughter, and they're choosing their daughter. And we're going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about that. We don't get to hear it. Let me read. I think Phaedra had a long comment. Let me go back here and find it. Where is Phaedra? Where did her comment just go away? Phaedra, did you erase your comment? I was looking at Phaedra's comment. Sometimes these things just move on me. I could not find Phaedra's comment. Okay. Phaedra, I don't know what happened to your comment. It was long. I was getting ready to read it. But let's see. Let me see. Because I want to keep up here. All right. Okay. She said she needs to correct it. All right, Phaedra, repost it. Okay. Candy said, so this heifer just cussed me out, and I gotta watch my mama sink cause yo ass wanna be picked. Yeah, so Candy, we're asking for the man. Do you save your wife first, or do you save your mama first? The boat is drowning. 3 people are on the boat. Who do you save first? Now that doesn't mean that the mama is not going to make it, right? Fellas, I'm gonna tell you, you got to go get somebody first, though, right?
B-level is doing what most men do in counsel.
I'm just trying to set the stage.
They're making the point about who's dying. The point is about archy and priority. Priority.
Now, Tam said I would save my mom regardless. She would be there. Wife may not. Tam, really? Tam called. Tam,
are you married?
No, yeah, she was. Tam called. I'm gonna call you. Fuck that. I ain't waiting on you to call. I'm gonna call Tam right now because Tam on some bullshit. Hold on a second.
Tam, it says leave and cleave. And Tam, now you are extremely intelligent, and I know you know about leaving and cleaving.
Yeah, she's saying, oh my goodness, this thing. Tam, you there? Hold on, Tam. Listen, Tam, hold on. Tam, I'm going to hang up and call you right back, okay? All right. I always have to do this with this phone. I always have to reconnect it so that Tam, we going to call you right back because Tam is on. Tam has said, and I think a lot of people may share her opinion. Is that wrong, Drea? Is that wrong for them to feel that way?
I mean, I'm just, from a biblical standpoint and from a unity standpoint and being one, you save your mother. She can't give you any more children. She can't push her legacy forward. Your wife is your priority. It's just cut and dry. I mean, there's no other way to get around it. That is your priority, and it just is what it is. I can't agree to nothing else. I just can't.
And I think that's the way, like you said, that's what it's supposed to be. But obviously some people think different. I'm going to try to get the Tam again. Let me see if I can get her now.
And a lot of times when they thinking different, it's because they got issues.
Tam might got some issues. Tam might got some issues.
Okay.
Tam, I got you. Now, so listen.
Hey,
this is okay. Hey, baby.
All right.
Hey, baby. And I may sound a little convoluted or may sound like I am not in favor of
Tam,
your wife.
Tam, hold on before you go into some people have come on. Listen,
Okay.
if you guys have just joined us, we're talking about mother-in-laws and children that are messing with your business. If you're in a relationship with somebody and their mother-in-law keep putting their 2 cents, keep meddling, keep in the business,
swaying
and also
the relationship,
yes.
just always in it.
So right now we're talking about grown mother-in-laws, right? If you are coming on for the very first time, please share the live. I see Starkeisha's on here. Share it, and put shared in the comments. Okay, Tam. Now you were saying that you would save your mother. So we just asked the question: if the people that are just coming on, if you're in a boat, 3 of you guys are in a boat, the boat sink, and the guy has to try to save one first and then go back and get the other one, who do you?
B-level, stop making up the story.
What did you say? What did you say?
Let me just talk.
What's she say?
The story is, who do you say first? The boat is, this is
Okay.
cut and dried, Tam. This is not, we go and then you can save 2 people and plug the boat with some glue and put a little piece of, it ain't none of that shit. It's just one or the other. Who's first?
It's not.
Who's
that
first, Tam?
question has a lot of nuances.
No,
First of all,
Tam, it
predicated, you got to set that story up. If my wife is someone that, I've created a life with in context. She's a great wife, she has my children, this or that. And then you make it sway up there. If this is just, first of all, a wife that may not be, the best wife in the world, you got issues, this or that, or whatever the situation may be.
Tam, that ain't what the words say now, Tam. That is not what the...
Baby, I'm sorry.
Tam, you got stipulations on it. You got stipulations on it.
He can't go find another
Wait, Tam. Okay. But Tam, and I get it. Those are the longest relationships. But wait, let me just say this. It don't say in the word like literally. And I'm not trying to go to the word. It don't say like love your wife if she a good wife and she do this and she do that. It says love your wife as Christ loved the church. So I'm just saying like those stipulations don't have anything to do if she's your wife.
No, it does have all the stipulations in the world. That's why that question, somebody said, that question is unfair, and it is.
It is not unfair. It's just a standard question. It's unfair
because it predicates on the circumstances of your relationship with those two people. You're going to say the person, you know what I'm saying, that, your experiences, are in that way. Just because you're married to somebody doesn't mean that person that you're married to is worthy. You understand what I'm saying? Over your mother. You know what I mean?
Well, Tam, when you say that they're not worthy, then my question would
be
then
why worthy.
Well, then my question would be then why you married to their ass, Tam? If they're not worthy,
hey, you may be on the path of divorce and then the shipwreck happened. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? You might be on the way to divorce.
Tam, this is a question of this is.
So what I'm saying. So let's just take the question up to Andrea's point. You're in a loving relationship with a woman, y'all have beautiful children,
right?
And y'all been together forever. So you got to put some context on that.
Okay,
question.
Go ahead, Tam. That's what we got.
You got to put some context. Now we might can waver and think back and forth, this and that, but just a general question like that, I got to know the scenario with each one of them relationships before a decision is made. I'm sorry.
Shannon Johnson say, "I'm glad I can swim. Miss Wynn said, "I'm saving my mama." She said, "I'm saving my mama, y'all."
Hell yeah! I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But the question does bring about good dialogue and all of that. But then on the other hand, because that was just such a stark and dire question, it's a whole lot of stuff that could have been said before that. I'm typically 99.9% for the wife, but that's at one point, that make me have to think, another kind of way, But no,
well, I'm telling you, Tam,
a lot of these mothers.
You have surprised me because I would have bet a lot of money that you would have said. Listen, because Tam, you are typically on the side of what seems to be right.
Well, she said 99%. She did.
So I'm just surprised that Tam would even answer that question that way. All right. So if you're just not tuning on, we've got a lot of people that are coming on late. Listen, we're giving a scenario. You are in a boat. All right, and I'm going to try to say this just dry, and because Aundria will get on me if I don't say it right. You're on a boat. The boat sinks. You got to go out there and get one person. It's sinking. Who do you go get first? You did say first, right? Or did you say go get?
Who do you get? Period.
Okay. Who do you go out there and get? You said first at first.
Okay, so who do you get first?
So who do you go get first? Do you go get your mother first, or do you swim out there and get your wife?
Right.
Facebook, we need you to answer that. The boat is it is sinking. Who do you swim out? You are the only person on the boat that can swim. Mama can't swim, and the wife can't swim. Now, I didn't even think from a perspective, Tam, now that I'm talking to Aundria, you got to understand this is your children. So if you let that mama die, that wife die, your kids,
right?
Your kids are gonna go down with her, Tam. I don't think you thought about
Where's your legacy?
No, I'm thinking about everything.
Well, Tam, where is the legacy? And I think again, like I want B-Level to add to this. This question is more so about instincts for me. Like if you gotta think about it,
if it's instinctual, you're gonna damn sure go out there and grab your mama purse because that's who gave
No,
you
no,
life.
it's not.
You're gonna if it's instinctual.
No. Well, and
If
I
it's
don't, and we're making it very dramatic with the whole boat
Right.
thing. But I think the
Right.
goal to this question is to find out what is instinctive to you and what is priority in presidency. Where is the
Right.
archy start? And I think that most people, most men, to some degree, can't define that. And I'm not saying all. I'm saying some of them cannot define that, and that's what we're, ultimately.
Okay, let's move, Tam. So stay right there. Let's move this conversation on. Right, we have talked a lot about in-laws, right? Let's move and go in the area that the next thing, grown ass kids. Okay, grown ass kids. When you have children, and I know Star Keisha, you dealt with this and Star, so you might want to call in, but you got kids that are grown and they are meddling. Do you go by the same thing for the kids that you do for the in-laws, Aundria?
Yes.
So the kids,
Well, like you said, we have defined that question. They are grown
right?
as kids. So if they're grown now, if they were not grown, then we got a whole nother issue. But we're talking about adults.
Okay, stop right there. And I'm glad you said that. Tam, I want you to hold this line. I'm going to play a situation that I was talking to somebody in a river market, and this is what he said. Hold the line, Tam. All right, B-Level here, broadcasting live for the Unpacking the Baggage podcast. I'm here with my good friend, John Davis. Now, John, we're out here asking random people relationship questions, right? Okay. So I've got two questions for you today. The first question I'm going to ask you is, have you ever dated somebody where the in-laws were always meddling in your relationship business? Have you ever experienced that?
I have been fortunate enough not to ever experience that.
Not to experience it. If you had experienced that, and we'll wait till this motorcycle passes. But what advice do you have for somebody who's in a relationship and their mother-in-law, their in-laws are always meddling in the relationship business? What suggestions do you have, advice do you have for them?
Get out. I have a very good friend that got married. He had that issue. He ended up getting a divorce on the soul.
Wow, so it made them be a divorce.
Yes.
So get out.
Yep.
Number two question. What advice do you have when you have children, grown children meddling in a relationship? John, I know that you have a daughter, right? And so does your daughter meddle in your relationship business? Is your daughter saying, Dad, I don't like her, or she's good? Is your daughter influencing your relationship, and is she giving you her picks of what and who she likes?
My daughter has always been very supportive of Dad. She's a daddy's girl, so she looks out for my best interest.
Okay.
If she has an opinion, she lets me know.
Okay.
She lets me know, which I appreciate.
Okay.
Because the thing about it is, when it comes to a relationship and a child, you have to look at both sides.
Okay.
You know, my
Okay.
daughter has been with me forever, so her opinion really matters to me. You know, so if I have a person, if they don't get along with my daughter,
They out of there. So if you're dating somebody and they don't mesh well with the daughter, it's hard for her to make it with you.
I would probably walk away.
Wow. So what would you say to the female that's dating you and trying to get to know you, but the daughter, for whatever reason, have not meshed well with her, but she's trying to gain a relationship with you? Do you feel like that's going to be hard for her?
I think it would be fair to say that the female that I would be dating, she would need to talk to my daughter so they could try to work things out. If she does that, then there's a chance. If she doesn't want to do that, then
It's going to be hard for her to
time
make
need to go.
Okay. There you have it from John Davis. Just one man, one opinion. Broadcasting live with the Unpacking the Baggage podcast. Thank you. Let me hear.
Well, you know I can't hear the
Okay, I know
playback.
you can't hear it, Tam. Okay, so we're back. Tam, you was not able. I know you were on. So what basically happened, Tam, is a guy was I was talking to a guy in the river market yesterday, and he said that his When I asked him about the daughter situation, he said that he would not deal with a woman and date a woman if the daughter did not approve. He said he would not date him. He would quit him. I asked him if the young lady who was trying to get with him was trying very hard to get with him, but just couldn't get on the right page with the daughter. He said he would encourage her to go and get a relationship with his daughter first, and then, that relationship could go further with them. So this guy is saying, Aundria, John Davis, I actually know this guy. I know him. I play poker with him. And I just happened to see him out there yesterday. He's saying that he couldn't be with a woman that don't like their kids.
John Davis, I would have turned your ass around so fast and kicked you out the door. You would have, goddamn me, it would have been dust flying behind your ass. And I'm sure that you losing poker too.
You sure he doing what?
That motherfucker losing poker too. And he probably ain't got no motherfucking wife either.
He is white. He's married.
Well,
he's married.
Listen.
He's married.
Okay, well, he probably been married then.
Let me see. Let me go. Shannon Johnson said, "Fuck them grown ass kids."
Shannon,
Phaedra is saying, "Good advice." Shannon Johnson is saying, I was in something like that before, and I told his daughters, I am with your dad, not you. We can grow, I guess, we can get to know each other, but I will not and won't not buy or beg them to be with their dad. Star Keisha Perkins is saying to the mother of his kids. Star, you told me you had something going on. Star, you might want to call in. I gave you the number. So some guys are saying they are going to choose their kids over their wife or their significant other. Aundria, okay, this I'm finna put her in, Tam. Hold on a second. Let me put Star Keisha in. Hold on a second. All right, this is Star Keisha, right? Is this Star Keisha?
Yeah, this me.
Okay, so
Hey,
listen.
Star.
Hey. So listen, Star, you told me, you inboxed me and told me you were having a situation with a guy that you were dating with his grown kids. Is that correct?
Right.
So give us a little snapshot, a quick snapshot of what was going on and what you were dealing with, like a really quick snapshot of that.
Okay, like every time I get on Facebook, like they'll come on Facebook, they'll tag me in something. They'll be like, "Oh, my daddy not gonna be with you." I mean, just really milling, like just milling. It came to the point to where they tried to give him an ultimatum, like it's either her or us.
Oh boy!
And
what did he choose? Who did he choose?
I'm here with it.
Oh, so he chose you over?
All
right, Star.
So I done moved to Atlanta, so I'm good.
Right.
I mean, but at the same time, the kids did, want to talk to me and apologize and all of that at the end of the day.
Did you accept the apology?
So that typically is what happens.
Right. I mean, I talked to the oldest daughter. I accepted her apology. I haven't talked to the other kids. It was like a text message that they sent to their dad.
So let me ask you this, Star.
The oldest daughter,
How old were they? How old were these children?
Oh, like 21, 2019, somewhere up in there.
So they were older.
Like, one of them actually had kids. Yes, and it got to the point to where like they on Facebook, they'll talk about my baby, like they'll try to talk about my kids, and I mean it got really ugly, like real ugly.
So let me ask you this: Did the father ever say anything to them to stop it? How?
I don't know what the conversation was with them. I know at once upon a time when one of the kids was in Atlanta with him, it was like, well, while I'm down here, you can't talk to her. So it was like I went like a week without talking to him because, okay, I'm gonna respect the fact that she down there, So holler at me when you can,
So that was you telling your boyfriend, your guy that was you telling him to go ahead and be with your daughter. I'm gonna give you a week away to go spend some time with her. And then
Right.
so you were encouraging that relationship, even though she wasn't fooling with you. You was encouraging him to
Right.
go, okay.
And let me ask you
And
something, Star Keisha.
uh
Was that just generally how they were with anyone that he dated? In other words,
no.
that they have that, or was it
Well,
just you?
he been locked up for 17 years, so I can't say with whoever else he
Okay.
been dating. But
Okay.
I mean, just me. Um, I know I've just been hanging around this one of his kids. Her uncle is my best friend. So I mean, I've been knowing them. I mean, we grew up together, me, the mama, and all of them. So it was like when she first called me out my name, I called her mama. And I was like, could you please get your daughter? And she was like, well, she mad at her daddy and I can't stop her. And it went from there. Well, the uncle was like, okay, go off on her. He was like, Starkeisha, I know you trying your best not to say nothing to her because that's his child. But at the end of the day, they won't respect you. So do them back, you know? And so I just started saying stuff back to him, and it got to the point to where it got real ugly.
So you basically start kind of, they beefing, disrespecting you. You say, I'm going to disrespect y'all back, basically.
Right, right. And see, it
So
was
are
like
y'all
I
still
was
together
begging him.
now? Are they still together now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
and I was like begging them kids, like, please leave me alone, before it even got to the point. But I mean, now it's better, I guess. I don't have no problem with them. I mean,
So
it
Starkeisha
is what it
did. So
is.
Starkeisha, did he ever address his children with you or in front of you? Did he ever set boundaries, or is it
No,
just? So he never did
no.
that.
He never talked to them in front of me or none of that. I don't know what the conversation was with them. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I have a problem
Mm,
with them. Them kind.
mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I just go with the flow. It is what it is. Um,
Do you?
I mean, I don't want nobody to pick. I'm not gonna just put it like this. I'm not gonna pick I'm not gonna pick nobody over my kids. My grown kids, I am go put them in a place and let them know right off back.
So
What it
Star,
is.
isn't that what aren't you doing exactly what he's doing then? If I hear you say, I'm not going to pick nobody over my kids either. So aren't you, not
She
on
made a
purpose?
distinction
But
though.
see, this is my thing. I don't have that problem with my kids. My
Right.
kids know, what I'm saying. My kids got their respect, and I can look at my kids, and my kids going, what I'm saying, shrivel up. They know mama don't play. You know, kids that disrespect their mamas and all of this right there. Now, okay, y'all can't handle them. It's
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
it's like she grown. I can't tell her what to do, and I understand that, because when kids get at a certain age, they get to the point to where you can't tell them what to do, and they tries to fight you and everything. But see, mines don't do that because mines know I can look at them and and get them right, and they not go disrespect nobody because I got them in check like that.
But yours
Them
are
my
still
kids.
kid. Yours are kids, so they're under the
No,
age of.
my kids
So
are grown.
grown. Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
my
Yeah.
kids. I
Okay.
got a 22-year-old. I got a 21-year-old. I mean, a
Okay.
20-year-old. I mean,
Okay.
22, 21, 17, 14, and 7.
Okay.
So you got it. Yeah. So last question, Star. Do you feel
Hmm.
like because he never really addressed it that it worked itself out? Do you feel like it might show its face again?
I think it's gonna show his face again. But,
Run, girl.
but,
Run.
but I'm gonna tell you.
Run,
I'm gonna tell
Forrest.
you like
Run.
this.
Hit the button.
I'm
Run.
gonna tell you like this.
I like you,
I'm
Starkeisha, but you
waiting
better
for it to
run,
show his
girl.
face. You hear me?
Say it again,
Be level,
Starkeisha.
cause I'm waiting for it to show its face because be level, I'm not the type that's gonna run away from it.
You don't. You
I
don't.
mean, I'm not trying to put myself up in crossfire or nothing, but I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go on and let it
Yeah.
be known what it is.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know.
What were
I
some
don't
of the
know.
reasons that they were citing that they were in such opposition of you and their father being together?
Oh, like um, they say I was disrespectful to them because like for Valentine's Day, he brought me a pair of shoes and got flowers sent to my house and everything. This was all from prison. And I posted it on Facebook and said thank you. and they just started going wild ever since.
And so they deemed it to be disrespectful.
Right.
Do they still want you to be with their mama? Did they still want him to be with
They
their mother?
wanted him to be. Yes, they wanted.
Come on,
him
let's
to be.
come on now. Let's talk some real shit. Did they want the man to be back with their mama?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was like,
And everything
oh,
about you is gonna be offensive. When a motherfucker don't like you, everything is offensive anyways, right?
it's like right, and it's like, oh, because you in a wheelchair, he don't want you, and he not gonna do this, and he not gonna do that. And I was trying to tell him, like, baby.
And see, Star just brought up a good point.
Hold on, Tam, but
That
somebody's
really,
asking before you go. Hey, but you guys that are tuning in, you guys are asking what the topic. Daenerys, I see you on here. We're talking today about relationships. When you have grown kids budding in the middle of your relationship, when your in-laws keep budding in the relationship, giving their advice when they're not asked. So right now we're on the phone with Starkeisha and Tam, and we're talking about her situation where she's dated somebody and her grown kids, his grown kids was making issues with him. Now go ahead, Tam. What were you getting ready to say?
okay, so this is the point that I wanted to make. Star Keisha just brought something up, and before we even went down this lane, when you guys were opening up the conversation, you were talking about disrespectful mother-in-laws. I just wanted to go back to that because I wasn't on the phone. This is what I want to put on the table. A lot of these mothers are being intrusive and meddling because a lot of these mothers, if we just really keeping it funky tonight, a lot of those mothers are not in improvement of you. They want their son to get back with a female that they would like to see him with. It didn't work, whatever the situation was. Okay.
I was in one of those too. I was in one of those for 16 years to where I mean I literally had to put my hands on this woman.
Right. So a lot of that meddling that you're talking about, B-level, with the mother-in-laws doesn't have anything to do with how this man want his food made and all of this.
No.
Usually it's because that woman has imprinted on another female that her son has had a relationship with, and she feels like that's the best person for him. It didn't work for whatever reason. The son moves on, but she don't. She ain't moved on.
Tam, I think it's some of that, but Tam, I think it's that the damn mamas ain't got no man they own goddamn self. Like they don't have nobody.
Yeah,
They be lonely, they be miserable, and they be gossiping all of that shit. And they just be messy as hell. That's all it is. They just some messy old ass women.
But you found a little bit of all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of all of it. And yes, you could definitely throw that, in the buffet line as well. A lot of these mothers, you know what I'm saying, really do treat their sons, like they're men, of course, without the intimacy and all of that. But a lot of it just got to do with who they want to see their son with, who they think is the better person. Somebody, and the son just didn't gravitate to it or whatever the situation may be. And so now when he makes his own choice or whatever, she's finding everything in the world wrong with it, And so, yeah.
Yeah, Phaedra is saying, Phaedra McCora on the comment line is saying, yes, because if he's not protecting or correcting them, you might want to think about this. What is it that they are really just wanting attention from their dad? What if they're really just wanting attention from their dad because he has not been in their life? So she's saying...
I mean, that can be a point too. And see, that's what he say too. He's like, I've been gone for 17 years. And my thing is, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah. So
but
he said,
it's not my fault that you've been gone 17 years.
No, it ain't fault. It's not fault. It's just a reality.
Right.
And I'm not finna take the disrespect,
No disrespect.
And they got to the point to where they started disrespecting him too.
Yeah.
So,
I knew that, had to be up there somewhere.
it was like, and then it's like, okay, because they my kids, I gotta accept how they treat me.
Wow.
And me telling him like, no, you don't. Like, I understand them your kids and you ain't been around them, but I'm not the one to try to keep nobody away from their kids, So okay, you go ahead on and be with your kids, That's my thing. Be with your kids.
Work that out.
And it's like, no, I'm not like, it's. Man, when I tell you I try to lead today, I can try to lead today. and it's gonna be like, no, you're not going nowhere. Like, seriously.
Well, Starkeisha,
Yeah.
it looks like you need to make him make some decisions and you need to make him set some boundaries. And I would do that before you most definitely take your relationship any further because those are issues that will arise. But I think the end game is always for everybody to know where you stand and go from there. So I encourage
Oh,
you to be strong and
I think that
go ahead.
they know where I stand.
Right.
They know exactly where I stand, and like I would tell them I can't even stand. I'm sitting on everything. I'm sitting on my business. And I mean straight what I say. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. I can't be hurt no more. I'm sitting off up in this chair, I'm living my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come to Atlanta to be with him. We is together, but I come to Atlanta for business. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
I got
also
some
another,
things going.
and also another point. This doesn't seem to be your situation, Star Keisha, but also another point that we have to keep our eyeball on in these situations. Not us particularly, but just since we talking about it, sometimes those men would use those kids as convenient excuses not to prepare the relationship to the next level. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Well, what do you
All right.
Tam? What do you say when you use the kids to not go further? What do you mean
What
by
I'm
that?
saying is, if a man and a woman is together and they're saying that because they don't have the approval of their grown children to ascend to the next level, like a move-in commitment or a marriage, and they're steady saying, well, I don't want to go no further because my kids don't seem to be, this or that
Oh
or whatever.
no. Oh no, it's straight. It's
No,
straight. Oh,
I
I
said,
want
I
to
said, I
marry
said
you.
before I even start talking, that doesn't seem
That
to be
wasn't you.
your
Yeah, yeah,
situation.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
it's
what
She
I'm
said
saying?
that's
like
We're
not
just
your
talking
situation.
generally.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes
Okay,
men will use the disapproval of their
Correct.
children
And they
as
will.
okay,
as an excuse not to
okay.
ascend, to the next level of a relationship and
Right.
just have you there as a
Right.
matter of convenience as
Right.
a woman.
Right.
Right, right.
Because
Okay.
grown
Well,
children,
see,
they should be on their own, and if nothing has been done to spark a confrontation, they shouldn't have any forbearance in your relationship. And
Period.
right,
they're
and
still
see,
being considered.
Period, Pooh.
I feel like I was off up in that relationship for 16 years to where it didn't go past the boyfriend girlfriend stage.
Mhm.
And that was for a whole 16 years. But I mean, I'm the one that had his kids, but it still didn't go farther than that.
Mhm.
So I mean, and then it was like, as soon as I got up in the wheelchair, it was like he was gone. 3 months after that, 3 months after I got up in the wheelchair, it was
Right.
like he went to prison.
Right.
He got out of prison, he didn't come back home. So
No.
it was like, me and my kids just been floating. I mean, I've been talking to this man for the past 8 years, but I mean, I was talking to him even before I got with my other kid's dad, the man that left me. So I mean, this man is like a childhood boyfriend,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like I used to go with him. I broke up with him, but I know what it is with him. So I mean, I don't even got a question, what it is because I feel like I know it.
You
I
already
feel
know.
like I do. But if anything comes to light, I mean, it's at the light. I can't do nothing about it. Going on by my business. I
I
can't
heard
stop
that.
life.
Well, listen,
You
thank
know.
you, Star, for calling in and talking this through. And it looks like Andrea is saying you might wanna do something about that. But thank you for calling in, baby girl.
Be strong,
All
Star,
right.
because you
All
you
right.
gonna need it.
All right. Bye. All right, so the last part of this question that we need to bring on it, and Star, not Star, but Andrea, you were talking about this, and what about the baby mamas? What about the exes?
I'm about to start growling.
Right? So what? So what about these exes? And here's the last question. Here's a big question. Tam, you can help us answer this. Once you break up with somebody, let's say that your ex-girlfriend or your ex-wife was in your family for 20 years and you get a divorce. Should she still be bringing the kids to the Thanksgiving? Should she still be coming around to the Christmas, to the family barbecues? Is that something that you think they should be doing first, Andrea?
Absolutely not.
So Andrea, they can't even come to the damn barbecue no more. So because we not together no more, They can't. They can't. We got kids together. So you want them to drop the kids off?
Yes. Absolutely. It's not that you're being ugly. It's just that you don't give your new person the ability to flow in a space where she can get to know your family. And not that you should have to cut relationships off. Have her to come to your shit. Don't involve the whole family. Invite her over there, take her to lunch. If you want to spend time with her, have adequate time. And the person who's doing that normally it's the person like the family member. Let's say you have a wife, y'all break up, and you steady going to her family's events. You can't have no bitch. You can't have no woman. Cause if I was your woman and you were still going to your ex-woman shit, I would be like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, and it's always usually some messy stuff. You know, it's like cut the ties, like, you know, cut the cord. Like we gotta, at some point we gotta cut the cord. And somebody has to be mature enough too to say, even in the family to say, you know, listen, they moved on. We need to be respectful of the new person and their choice. Choice, because they've made a choice. And I'm just gonna say this and be done. My mom always said, as long as you love him, I love him. As long as you respect him, I respect him. And when you ready to cut that motherfucker head off,
you cut him off.
It's done.
Tam, what you think? What you think, Tam?
Well, you know.
Tam. We're supposed to be over here warring like some women now. Come on, Tam.
That really is. I think that really is situation per situation. You know, I feel what you're saying. I do understand and respect what you're saying, Aundria. But I'm in that situation right now. I was with my ex for 25 years. Nobody gives a damn if that Negro come to Thanksgiving or not. You know what I'm saying?
Your new man would. Your new nigga would.
No.
Bring your why wouldn't he?
No.
Every time he come to something that your family is having, your ex is showing up. The Christmas parties, the Thanksgiving parties.
Okay, listen. That's why I say this is what makes this conversation so interesting, because everybody's situation is extremely different. And what I mean by that is anybody that I have gotten with or whatever, my situation is real different.
Right.
My situation is real different because I'm even long after me and my ex weren't together, we still had to see each other every day, acquiesce with each other every day because we're in business together.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So there is no separation. You understand what I'm saying? In terms of a physical thing where everything, we cut ties, it's over. I don't see you no more. You don't see me no more. This or that. I mean, we are completely over one another. We have no rumblings, no nothing. Him coming around is just literally like a family member. You know what I'm saying? Coming around. And not only that, he has extremely close relationships with my family. My family really is like his family. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't feel well at all cutting him off from family events when this is literally like his family.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're able to do that and not have recourse.
Yeah, and
our unique situation.
Okay, but I'm saying, and a lot of the key words and everything that you have said, because I've listened, that's you and him. But I'm saying, even if you invited someone into your space as your new man or your new partner, and he had an issue every time, and not an immature issue, not an immature issue. Cause see, like you seem like you, Tam. I'm sure that, like, I know that it's a very professional, it's a very calm environment. It's no chaos, it's no this. But at the end of the day, if I go with my man somewhere, I don't want to look at the motherfucker you done been in the bed with. I don't want to see that every single time. And I get it. Like, like if I have a sister-in-law. We've been sisters for 20 years. I can still go to lunch with her. We can still have our sister day. But sis, you ain't coming to the family events no more because my brother got a new woman. And guess what? I'm still loyal to you and I still am friends with you. But I'm not going to put his new situation in a situation because you want to feel a certain type of way. And if your husband get a new woman, she going to want to know why the hell is he going over there too.
Okay, go ahead, Tam. Again,
guess what?
Go ahead.
Because what she's talking about is a hypothetical situation, but I don't even have to be hypothetical.
No, that's a real situation.
That's right Tam real life.
You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is when my ex moved on with his woman, guess what?
She was okay.
I gave her the invitation to come to anything that he come to that got anything to do with
Did she
me or
come?
around me.
Yeah, but Tam,
Yes.
this is
That's
flip.
what I'm saying.
But this is flip.
Because
She talking
I don't have a problem.
She talking about it from a flip side. Tam, hold that thought because we can come back to it. I need to get some of these comments out. Shannon R. Johnson is saying, who wants to come around their in-laws? Lakeisha Hudson is saying no. It can easily cause problems in your new relationship. They're siding with Aundria. Tony Dickerson is saying real Aundria. They're siding with Aundria. Denero Cook has said, if I'm in a relationship if I'm not in a relationship with a woman anymore, she still can come to my people's house, etc. Because they have formed their own bonds, but I won't be there. Is what he's saying. Starkeisha is saying, I still pull up to my kids' daddy house and go to their family functions, and it's all love, and they all love me, and they messy too.
So it's different. Every situation is different. It's just all. In other words, I don't think this situation can be absolute. Because some people, you know what I'm saying, predicated on their circumstances and conditions, it's not an issue. Some people, it is. I don't think it's a right or wrong. You know, sometimes these subjects come up and there really isn't a right or wrong answer.
Right.
It all depends on that particular
opinion.
individual situation.
So real quick,
it all depends on the particular individual situation.
Chastity
You're
Smith
not
is
wrong, Andrea, for the way that you feel.
And you're not
I'm
either.
Not wrong
You're right. You're right. I gotta say this, real quick. I was in a marriage for a long time, and I just want to get a little personal. And me and one of his children's mothers, we did not get along at first at all. I mean, literally at all. And then we got to a really good place. I mean, a really, really good place where when she came into town, she came to our house. She actually ended up even staying there. Like I would have my husband go get her, and it was this perfect situation. You know what I'm saying? And we got to a place where I could fly out and stay at her house. Like we went vacation together. We did a lot of things together. So I get being in a mature space with someone, but even still, when I go to certain places, every single time, I can see if it's a one here, every 2-3 years, we're in the same environment and in the same space. But every single time something is going on, and I feel like the other person should say, listen, that's her space now. I'm going to move back and allow, because if nobody says that, it will happen. And it does become, it can become an issue and a circumstance for people. And most of the people that still be pulling up, I mean, no harm, Starkeisha, whatever your name is, y'all still screwing. Y'all still doing something, because ain't gonna be no pulling up. All
right, I gotta get some of these comments. Chastity Smith is saying boundaries. All right, you should have some boundaries.
Yes.
She's agreeing with Aundria. Denero Cook is saying, if you have heads up on that, she's gonna be there. I have the choice whether or not to go or not. Kimberly Collier is saying, I'm with you, Aundria. Shannon Johnson is saying, say it, Aundria. Don Foots, I think it's a matter of if y'all are each over each other. Are y'all grown enough? That's what Don Foots is saying. Starkeisha is saying, fuck who he with. I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't look at them, and I don't give a damn if they looking at me. So Starkeisha is saying she ain't want to be with him. And Starkeisha, we saying that you are not the norm. Norm the time when they coming in and still coming, they still want to be with who they want to be with. But Tam, I want to get back to you, because Aundria said something that I think you glazed over a little bit. What she said to you is, when you get your new dude, all right, we ain't got no issue with you and her. We are saying the dude, when he come, is he gonna want to see your ex popping up at the house,
every single time,
coming up, hanging out with your family? Every time he come to the, how you gonna invite the new dude over there if the old dude is still there?
And if the new dude tell you he doesn't like it, and if the new dude tells you, this is not really comfortable for me.
If the new dude tells me that he doesn't like it, we will deal with that. I'm not saying.
And what does that mean? So what does that mean when you say deal with him, Tam? Does that mean you gonna say, hey man, my new people?
No, I really can't even answer the question right now because it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying?
Tam, we gonna have to go to lunch.
Tam, is Tam?
I don't know.
So my question to you. So
this is what I want to say to this. I'm going to presume that anybody that I would get into a relationship with, okay, moving forward, okay, I would presume what I know about myself. Because that don't even just fall into the vein of a relationship. It falls into the vein of a man knowing me, trusting me, honoring me, knowing how I move around, knowing how my spirit is, and it's very free. You know what I'm saying? All that different type of stuff.
Tam,
In
that's
other
all
words,
you.
I don't even think that I would be with a man that couldn't be secure enough. You know what I'm saying?
But is that really insecurity? Is that really insecurity? That's
for
just
me, it would come across like that. Okay, for me.
Well, I'm just listening to the conversation, and I don't want to. It's not an argument, but I'm just saying, just based on what I've heard from you, if I was your man. And but I'm just saying,
Come on,
I know women, but if I was your man, and you told me, and even if I loved you, but you still do business with this man, he still shows up everything, he still hangs with your family, I would really be questioning, like,
what I'm saying is you probably wouldn't be my man if
I most definitely wouldn't be your man, because you couldn't be in so much business with your old man. I would be like, you and him need to still be together.
My man, you probably wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't even think to imprint on you.
Right.
If I knew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That these type of things would be issues.
Right.
Okay.
Would that make any kind of
sense?
All right. So hold up right there.
I wouldn't even choose you.
Hold up right.
You know
We've had a lot of people that have come on and saying replay. Kay Williams. Okay. Tristan has come on here. So today we're talking about. We have went to talking about being in a relationship. The mother-in-law is putting their 2 cents in. Grown kids are putting their 2 cents in. Now we've moved to when you're in a relationship and they still have some type of connection with the ex. The ex keeps showing up at the barbecues. The ex keep showing up at the family functions. Aundria is saying she feels like when you are done with that, you are supposed to give that new girl, that new guy their space. You're not supposed to keep coming around these old family functions that you've been
your
doing.
Fucking self.
Yeah, inserting yourself. Tam is saying that that's not an issue with her. She has been in a relationship, and basically Don Foots is also saying the same thing. You have established some relationship with my family for 20 years. Because we didn't make it, that does not mean that I still can't come around. That don't mean that I still can't come around to the family function. So that's the stage. Go ahead, Tam, and finish what you were getting ready to say.
And not only that, it's a child involved. My child is going to be at all the functions as well. I want my child to be in an environment at family functions and also be able to have her dad there. Because guess what? That's what she's going to be. So what you're saying is that her daddy can't be at Christmas, her daddy can't be at Thanksgiving because we ain't fucking around no more.
Now,
you do that at your house. You do that. You supposed to do that in your space, in your house, not at the family event.
But you must really know me.
And sometimes, Tam,
I'm just debating. This is good conversation.
I ain't got no time to be having separate Christmas.
Tam. But I do want you to understand that is normally what happens.
Right, when
a couple split up, you have 2 Christmas. You do have 2 Christmas.
It ain't normal for me though.
But that's you. That's you only. It's you.
And then the question we ask you,
and guess
Tam.
what? Nobody else is wrong if they do it another way, but I'm not wrong either because I do it this way.
Right.
No,
correct.
But the question, I think the whole question and the whole debacle and the whole debate is right now, Tam, you are not dating right now, right?
And what they got to do with anything, I still don't feel the way I feel. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
When you get you a new,
No, you're not following me though, Tam. You're not following me. What I'm saying,
Tam, when you get you a new thing, girl.
This is what Aundria and I saying. When you get a real player up in that motherfucker that say, listen here. Listen. A real player don't say, Tam, why the hell every time I come around here, you still around this dude? What is it with this dude? Why you can't let this dude go?
Right.
So you talking about somebody?
Already know.
You gonna already know because of what? You gonna tell me? So before somebody before somebody deal with you, they got to deal with you and your ex. Basically, is what you saying. You laying it out there. Hey, okay.
You heard that?
Right.
Well, listen. I'm a hand clap because that's some player shit. Do you hear me? Let me give you a hand clap, Tam.
All right,
Because that's some player shit. That's some player shit.
Making money.
That's some player shit. Have all your people in the same motherfucking house. That's some player shit. And ain't nobody mad
And
at you,
all the
Tam.
time. All the
ain't
time.
nobody mad at
Yes,
you, Tam.
all the time.
That's some player shit.
It is. It's most
you a
definitely.
player from the motherfucking Himalaya. Ain't nobody mad at you, Tam. Yeah, ain't nobody mad at you. Pop your shit, Tam.
Tam, we gonna have lunch.
Pop your shit. Pop your shit. Y'all listen, if y'all fucking with Tam, y'all know what's happening. Now y'all ain't gotta ask no questions. Don't ask her why her ex-dude is at the house. Don't ask her why her ex-dude is at the Christmas party, because goddamn he gonna be at the Christmas
He's
party.
supposed to be there.
Now.
Well, Tam, I'm like this. I match energy. So if they love me, I'm giving all love to the mamas. If not, fuck your mama. If your kids good to me, I'm gonna be extra good to them. But if they not, fuck your children. And most definitely fuck your baby mamas.
Okay, now that's how you have it. All right, well, Tam, I think we're very clear about what's going on in your place. Do you hear me? We clear on it. All right, thank you, Tam. Thank you for calling, baby girl.
Good talking to y'all.
All right, Tam.
Bye.
Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. Man, I think we're gonna leave that right there. We're gonna leave that right there. I think it's I will say that Tam, is a little bit different. Her and her situation. I say it's different. It's not any different. I think it's just of how she's making, her ex be like family, because they are in the business and they spend so much time. It would probably be hard for them to not have a lot of contact because they have a business together. And so obviously when they were married, they started a business, and this is a thriving business. And it's so very hard to have a great, successful business that just because you divorce, you don't want to espouse that business
Right.
and separate and go. So, I get what she's saying as it relates to he is family. You understand? I get that. I guess what you and I don't get is just the family being a part where it's starting to be uncomfortable for your new mate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that what I just want to say, like, I really respect him. I think I think extremely highly of her, but I just say D means to cut off. Divorce, decircumcised, everything that's a cut off. And if you are going to still work within all of those confinements, then maybe you really need to really look at that, because the only thing that they probably don't do together is be intimate. It looks like they still share a lot of things. And so, and like I said, if it works for her, it works for her. And I've had those great relationships with people where you can be mature and be in the room. You can get along with the mother. I've dated guys and they love their mothers, and I love their mothers. And men love that when you are getting along with the kids and their families and everybody's respectful. But I'm saying when you don't, there just should be some lines drawn. And I think that's what we're saying to all of these things. It's not, it's just, it's instinctive and archy and priority when it comes to your mother, your children, and your baby mama.
And let me tell you what ended up happening to me in my marriage, because there was a little rift at the beginning between my ex and my mom and my sisters, and I basically had to just say, hey, this is who I've decided to be with. Y'all gonna have to respect it,
right?
Because at the end of the day, they really didn't give a shit about her deal. They cared about me,
right?
They wanted me to come around. They really didn't care if I bought my wife. So I had to kind of merge that and say, listen, y'all will respect her. And if you can't respect it, then guess what? We'll have family Christmas gathering at the house, and we won't be involved that. But you can't let them make a difference. You have to bridge that. You have to have conversation. You have to have them be respectable. And ultimately, after we did that, things were fine.
Right.
They were cool.
Yep.
But it was a rough start at the beginning. And, especially when you're dealing with women. See,
Right.
let me just tell you, women are some catty ass people. The women are just, niggas we don't have these issues.
But
It's
kings
just-
can shut it down,
but-
and water boys can't. Kings can shut it down, and Bobby Boucher's can't. So men, decide which ones you are. Are you a king, and can you run your house? And are you gonna be mama said, or my baby mama said, or my kid said? I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Bye. I'm gonna spin that ass around. Bye.
So it looks like this has been, you have dealt with this before. This is pretty sensitive to you.
Yeah,
You've
it's
dealt
very
with that.
sensitive to me. Yeah, it is. I've dealt with it, on multiple occasions. And it is, when it's good, it's great. And when it's
Yeah.
bad, it's just, and the only thing I can tell people is just have some boundaries with it. I'm fucking around on this podcast, but like have some real boundaries with that, because it does. And you just feel unprotected. As a woman, when a man cannot protect you or say, or just set the standard, and a lot of times that's all it takes. And it'll stop it. Just set the standard.
And a lot of times we don't want to get out sideways with our mama.
Correct.
We don't want to get sideways with our kids.
Correct.
We don't want to, most of us don't want to get sideways with our baby mama. So we just let shit kind of grow. Roll
and hope it
on,
go away.
Hope it go away. And, it never goes away. And then you got your girl over here. Yeah. Then you got, your kids over here, if that, And so how do you, and y'all don't understand how much pressure y'all are putting on us to have to decide. I got to decide, okay, now I got to, I can't have my family, I can't have the people that I love, which is my woman, my mama, and my kids to be around because they not all getting along.
Right.
So that's that's an enormous amount of pressure for us. To just be in the middle of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And then one last thing too, for me, like even, and I just say this to all the wives out there, in my marriage or in my prior marriage, my husband still could not do that. Just like this girl, Starkeisha, he couldn't do it. So I just had to get to a place where I said, let me apologize. Let me apologize to the baby mama. Let me apologize to the mama. Let me apologize. Let us hit the reset button. Because he did decide me as well, but it was a lot of him that was missing. And when you really do love somebody, you do want to go the extra mile to make things work. And so I did that as a wife. You do that. So you try, but after so many tries, it's just like, what do? You just fuck them.
All right. Well, we're going to go to the line and let's get Chris Webb on the phone, see what she got with the news you can use. That was a lot. That was a lot. I wonder if Chris Webb, Chris Webb, she probably by herself. She ain't got no damn man, so.
Don't do Chris. Don't do Chris.
Even. Hey, Chris, what's up? Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Did you hear me talking shit about you, Chris? Did you hear me talking shit about you? Have you been hearing what we were talking about, the guys, and have you been listening to our conversation, Webb?
Yeah, yes, I have been in and out far as, how y'all feel about the kids or whatnot. But, I really don't. I've never had any problems with it. So
first of all, Webb, you got to get a man to have a problem. You ain't got no
don't
man.
Do Webb. Do not do Webb.
Webb. So
don't do her.
How you gonna have a problem with somebody?
Hey, Drew, don't even worry about it because I got a few little things I gotta get to the bottom of with that nigga anyway. So I'm gonna just let him have his mouth.
Don't do her. Do not do her.
I gotta tell y'all that, and I'm gonna say it to everybody because we live everything on. I hope not, Aundria, that Webb was hating on me this week.
Well, now we keep the inner circle locked in.
Webb was hating, for real.
Where are you, Webb?
Webb, tell him what you did. Tell him you was hating on me. Go on and tell him real quick.
Look, I got a real big issue with motherfucking niggas who think they still young. We live on Facebook. Try to act like he giving fights. I had to call that nigga. I said, nigga, sit your ass down somewhere, nigga. What the fuck you trying to do with this boy with these diamonds wrapped around? What else there am?
Girl, what'd he do? Come on, give it to us, Chris.
Girl, sit over there at the bleachers and like he giving face and let the sun kiss off his skin with a fresh air.
Look, I heard him singing. He's singing on the thing. I said, what is going on over here?
I seen a nigga the other day. He was in the recording studio / living room, dropping a hot crack.
He just throw some water on. He just need to throw some water on his ass next and just start grinding like.
Come on, Will.
I had to call Tam. I was like, Tam, get your brother.
Let me get the news you can use. Hold on a second. Let me get your damn record. You ain't finna wash me on my goddamn show. Hold on, here we go.
News you can use. And we're talking about it.
It's in the news.
with Chris Webb.
All right, on the line with Chris Webb with the news you can use. Chris, come on, let us know what you had going on this week.
Okay, I hope y'all ready because it was a fun-filled week. It was a lot it was so much bullshit. I couldn't even put all the bullshit in. I had to figure out which bullshit was the most bullshit of bullshit that we need to talk about. Okay. Okay. So Monday we had some fair shenanigans, okay? Mm-hmm. So it was reported by a local Little Rock woman. She had went to Mr. Nelson's turkey legs. Now I know you guys heard of him before, because I've gotten turkey legs from him in the past when I lived in Arkansas. I never had any problems. But apparently this turkey leg was the worst turkey leg I've ever seen ever. It was completely covered with maggots.
I saw that. I saw that on Facebook, and I don't know. I don't have that one on. I don't have that slide up, but I do remember way up seeing that. So, I mean, I hate when people do that, but yet and still, I love when people do that. Right? I love with it because they inform you where not to go. Right? I love it for that reason. I hate it because, you know, people could put anything out there and you don't even know. Now you've ruined this man's business. There's no receipt that you got it from his turkey leg place. I hate it for that reason, but I love it because I'm going to tell you all the things. I didn't even go to the fair this year because that one little turkey leg, I never bought a turkey leg from the fair anyway because the good ones are not in the fair. They outside of the fair. But once but
Mr. Nelson is outside the fair.
That's what I'm saying. So when that surfaced up with that turkey leg, I'm like, shit, I was scared. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. But anyway, so is it confirmed that was from his shop?
It was confirmed that it was from him, and actually, I think it was another man. He had made a post that he had gotten a turkey leg, and it looked. You know how meat look when it started going bad. It be having like them little nasty gray spots on them, like it's like just rotting away. That's what was on that turkey leg. It looked so nasty. Like,
oh my goodness!
You know this how it is these days. They make everything go. The price is going up, and the quality is going down.
Well, tell him to send us to the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, and we will be more than happy to do it. No, for real, Chris. Tell him we want to do a review on the turkey legs, and all of us will do it. So tell him send it to us.
So you want to die?
No, I don't want to die. I don't want no maggots, and I don't want to die.
But I'm gonna say this though.
Hey, let me tell you, Dre, if you want to find turkey leg, let me go ahead and shout her out because I was so confused why she won't go get it. All she got to do is get a little trailer and a smoker and
shout her
out. Go, Jesse. It's Jessica's turkey leg. Like it's Jessica Carlson. Man,
where's she at? Where is she? She about to fair anyway?
These streets. I give you guys. We'll link her information. Her turkey legs are the best I've ever had in my life.
Okay, and before you go on, now I'm gonna say this. I don't know. You know, obviously you posted it. People have been talking about it, but normally, Mr. Nelson turkey legs be it. So I don't know. I just don't know.
I'm telling you, his shit usually be the shit. Like I remember one year when he came to the fair. That's all everybody was talking about was how fire his turkey legs are. But again, I don't know. You know, times have changed. People hurting. You know, I don't know. I just can't see him serving a turkey leg with maggots on it. So I don't know. I don't know if they into it. We don't know. But
okay. All right. Well,
send us on, Mr. Wilson. Nelson, whatever.
Mr. Nelson. Send us on. Go ahead to your next story.
You're hungry ass.
I am, girl. B-Level better start cooking.
Look, so listen, we still at the fair, right?
Yes.
So now we have reports about the fair. Now, initially, when the first day opened, we had rumors that someone had fallen off of a ride. We had witnesses of people who've fallen off of a ride, but reports came in from what is it? It was named Deja Blue. We had him make comments. I had my girl Melissa make a comment. They were saying that it was false allegations. Ain't nobody fell off the ride. But we had people reporting that the kids fell off the ride and that they had seen it. So we will never know exactly what is going on with that story. But we do know that the children did get stuck on a ride. And I have a video that I sent to B-Level.
Here we go right here. Let me play it now.
Yeah, they were stuck on the ride. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
trying to get my kids down. They're stuck upside down for fucking 15 minutes at least. Jesus Christ.
You can see they had to push the ride around to get the children. You can see they were just sitting
Jesus
upside down.
Christ.
So I don't know. You know, back in the day, we say the blood wasn't pumping and didn't die. So I don't know.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Dang. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they were stuck on upside down. How long were they up there, Will?
Any amount of time stuck upside down is too fucking long. So
Yeah,
too
it's
fucking
true.
long.
It's true.
Right. Well, we ain't giving the fair good reviews this year.
Yeah, you know the reviews for the fair haven't been so good since during COVID. So
Okay. All right. Well, what you got on your next story?
okay, so now we're coming up out the fair. Now we're going back to the street. So apparently, a young mother has called out the Little Rock Police Department. Her daughter was restrained by police, and he ended up kicking her or assaulting her, hitting her, slapping her something in her eye, and her eye was bulging out. So I sent you that picture as well.
Yeah, I got it
So
up now. And is this the police? Because you sent me two pictures. One with just her.
yeah, so I sent you a clearer picture of the police. His name is it's actually North Little Rock Police Department. My apologies, Little Rock Police Department. Y'all ain't shit either. But right now this is North Little Rock. This is North Little Rock's plight.
Okay.
But the police officer, his name was William Wild Bill Hanby, and I think he lives up to that name because the way he hauled off and to take that little girl while she was restrained
Wow,
is
Bill.
unacceptable and it's fucking wild.
Right.
Have they talked about him being punished? Has he been? I mean, what's going on with him? Do they have any video of this situation, or is it just the young lady's word?
I haven't gotten any type of updates yet with this story, but it's pretty clear that he did assault this child. Mind you, she was a child while she was restrained, so I don't know what threat she posed being restrained in handcuffs. But hey, I will get updates if I have them available. So
Okay. All right. What's your
okay,
last
so we're
story?
gonna shift gears. It's some sad shit going on in the city, be level,
Oh
and
Lord.
yeah, no, this is some real sad shit. Now, this is all bullshit aside, my nigga. This is all bullshit shit aside. Um, this we had a young lady that I reported missing. Her name was Trina Moulton. I had reported her missing earlier in the week, and unfortunately, she was found unalive. She actually had washed up on the Arkansas River bank, and they pronounced her, or they actually identified her body at the scene. Apparently, her family. This is what reports are saying. This is just the streets talking. I don't know. This is not confirmed, but allegedly, her family members were asking her, "Hey, Trina, are you doing okay mentally? How's everything with you?" And she, admitted that she wasn't okay and she wasn't doing well. Her family ended up reporting her missing October 15th, and I have never seen an outpour from the city as I did with Trina. I mean, people were saying, "Hey, baby girl, where are you? We gotta find you. We're looking for you. We love you. You're loved. Where are you?" I mean, from to the day that they actually found out that she was unalive, she really broke the city's heart. And I've never seen an outpour like this since that rapper that got killed with that bad drug deal. I've never seen an outpour from the city like this since him, and it was so heartbreaking. It really shook the city up to their core. So
Wow.
my prayers and condolences to the family, but this is a really sad story, and I hated to report it. I was hoping that we did find her.
Yeah. I've been noticing a lot, Webb, that you have been posting a lot of missing people. I've been seeing that you've been
Almost weekly.
gravitating to missing people a lot. And the thing about it is, I agree with you, and I share that once you don't never know what's going on. So prayers go to that person, family. With prayers for them, and I feel so sorry for her family that they have to Do they know how she came up missing? Did she just disappear? Was she abducted? How do they know
Yeah,
anything?
she just they did. She just disappeared. They ended up finding her car and her phone, but they didn't find her until Thursday morning when she washed up on the Arkansas riverbank at the yacht club. You know what a yacht club is? That's
Yes.
what she washed up at. Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Oh wow. Well, like I
yeah.
said, prayers go to her
Condolences,
family, and I hate that for her.
Yeah.
I hate that for her, and I hate that for her family. So prayers go to them as they recover from
And
losing a loved one.
I didn't send this story to you. I didn't send this story to you, but I do want to just chime in. Just a side note, we had a wig repo. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
A
I wish I
wig?
would have sent you the video.
What is
You
a wig?
heard me, my nigga. A
Wait.
wig repo.
Okay. What is
I've
it?
never seen anything like it in my life.
So somebody didn't pay their note on their wig?
No, so somebody had on a wig that wasn't there, so the bitch went up to her ass and told her to take that motherfucking wig off. She acted like she wanted to resist. The bitch slapped her, put her out the car, popped upside the head, the wig flew off. She gathered her things and waved it in the air and said, bitch, I got the wig now, bitch.
Oh
I
my
got it now,
goodness.
bitch.
Oh my goodness. Where do you get these damn stories at? Where do you get these stories from? Do these people send you
From the
these stories?
street.
Where you get them from?
You
A
know they
wig
send them to me.
repo. What the hell?
So look, we finna get into some church announcements, and I'm gonna let y'all go
Okay.
because this
Okay.
week was on fire. But these are church announcements. These mean that this is something that y'all need to apply to your life, however you may do it. Just make sure we get the shit done. Okay, so I told you, B-Level, I had called you and I had made a comment with you with last podcast episode when you telling motherfuckers, oh yeah, we at the podcast, we gonna pray for you. No, nigga, you say you gonna pray for them because I might not pray. So you telling them a lie. I'm not gonna send up. Then not one prayer gets sent up from Chris Webb. Okay.
So what are you talking about specific? What are you talking
Last
about?
week when you was telling motherfuckers you was gonna pray for them.
Who you talking about, Will?
I don't make people famous because you can't remember who was laid out on the pavement and you telling them that you gonna pray for them.
Oh, you're talking about Kimber. Right? You're talking about Kimber. I did pray for Kimber.
Anybody, we're talking about anybody at this point.
No,
Do
we
not
talking.
be
No,
just telling
I'm
people
talking.
we
No,
praying for them.
no. We talking specific. We ain't talking about no anybody. We talking specific. We talking about her.
No. This is a moving forward because we're gonna have another episode where somebody needs to be prayed for, and I just want you to make sure that you tell them that I B-Level will pray for you, not we the podcast.
Okay. All right. So next time I will say I'm praying. You wasn't here last week. You wasn't here, Aundria. So we had a conversation and something happened with one of our listeners, Kimber. Something happened where she got into it with a baby daddy. The baby daddy ended up knocking her out. And so we interviewed her.
No, he didn't knock her out. He kicked her out.
Same thing. Kicked her out. And I told her that I was praying for her. I said that we were going to pray for you. And the Webb is saying, Webb want me to say, I'm praying for her. That Lord Jesus Christ. It's okay, Webb. I promise you next time I will say, I'm praying for her. I will say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is my last thing. I'm going to let y'all have it. Dre, this is my last thing. I'm going to let you have it, okay?
Okay, girl.
Okay, listen. Tomorrow is October 21st, and that is the first day of early voting for Texas and Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Please make sure you go vote. Please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your kids.
Right.
Just go vote.
My goodness, let me see if I could. Thank you. Let me.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably a lot of people aren't aware. They're distracted by this P Diddy foolery and that trick field Amber Alert. Let's stay focused and remember, we need to start voting tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Dang, I forgot all about that. And now that I was supposed to have Antoine Phillips on. I just texted him. I don't know. It's pretty late minute. I thought I had another week. So early voting starts tomorrow. Is that the 20th?
Tomorrow.
My goodness, my clock is rolling.
Yeah, month is over.
It's going fast for everybody to be level. Like these weeks are going by so freaking fast. So I just wanted to, I felt like people weren't aware. So I was like, let me say something because I've been on early voting. I've been watching that shit because I'm so ready to go vote. And so I just wanted to make sure that you guys please go vote. It's very impactful for our next 4 years.
Okay. Okay.
Make sure that we.
That is great. I sincerely echo that. It's tomorrow. Go and vote. Hold on a second. Are you available?
I need a sounder feed, goddamn it. Where my sounder feed?
I don't know how to hit the button, Chris. I would do it for you, girl.
All right. Okay, thank you, Webb. I had to make sure my friend Antoine Phillips is available, so I'm gonna get ready to call him and talk about early voting tomorrow.
Okay,
Thank you
so
for
then
the
you rushing me off the phone for Antoine motherfucking ass.
Bye, Webb. Bye, baby. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Webb.
Tristan is sick today. He's sick. He is sick.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He got the bug. He's sick. He'll be back next week. Hey, listen to the podcast.
Okay.
I got a big announcement that I'm gonna. Don't go, log off. I got a big announcement I'm gonna announce here in a minute. Okay, so listen to the podcast.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Let me call our Little Rock City director. I know that it's early voting tomorrow, and so I want to get him an opportunity to come on and talk with us. Let me get him on right now. Let me see. Okay, here we go.
This is Antoine.
Antoine, this is the Unpacking the Baggage podcast. I am bringing you on because tomorrow is early voting. You're actually live on the air. Tomorrow starts the early voting, and one, we want to give you an opportunity to tell the people that they need to get out the vote. But secondly, the second purpose is to give people an opportunity to meet you and give you an opportunity to ask for their vote. So I'll just turn the deal over to you. I did not even realize until the young lady told me that tomorrow starts early voting in Little Rock, correct?
Yeah. So first of all, I appreciate y'all and all the listeners for tuning in. But that's correct. Early voting starts tomorrow throughout the state and here in Little Rock. Brian, I can share with you the early voting locations, and you can post it so your followers can see it.
Go
but
ahead.
There is early voting throughout the county. And to be clear, before we get to me, when you early vote, as a reminder to everyone, you don't have to go to your polling place. You can early vote at anyone, whichever one is closest to you. So if you live in West Little Rock but you work downtown, you can go downtown tomorrow.
Okay.
Or over the next 2 weeks. It just needs to, they're early voting. These are called voting centers.
Mm-hmm.
So you can vote at any location, no matter where you live. But make sure you got your ID, because they do check IDs before you go vote. But there are 8 voting locations throughout Little Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts at 8 a.m.
Okay.
and it goes through 6 p.m. We also early vote on Saturdays, and it's on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No early voting on Sundays.
Okay. All right,
So that's the background to the voting. Absolutely.
Okay, now I've been running your advertisement over here for the last month, so and you are running for city director seat, correct? A re-elect for city director.
Yeah, that's
seat.
what I was gonna say. I'm running for re-election to the at-large seat on the Little Rock City Board of Directors.
And so explain what
at-large-
I was just you going right in. Explain what at-large means.
Yeah. At large means that I have the privilege of representing every single person in the city of Little Rock. So all 200,000 people, I have the privilege of working for you if you live in Little Rock. And that also means when you go vote, no matter where you live, my name will be on your ballot if you live in Little Rock. You know, there are some of our board members that you have to live in a certain neighborhood to vote for them.
Mm-hmm.
That does not apply to me. As long as you live in Little Rock, you will see my names with the title City Director Antoine Phillips will be on your ballot. And when you see my name, like the little girl said on Rush Hour, press the button.
Right.
I don't want to make it complicated for people. Just press the button.
Yeah. So I was at one of your fundraisers, and you were talking about that analogy of one of the reasons why your campaign is centered around doing better. And so I would like you to just tell the listeners that scenario about growing up and your mother saying, and that's why the doing better is your campaign slogan.
Yeah. So it's just not the campaign slogan. I mean, it's how I live life. And that's why it became the campaign slogan, because that's how I live life. But for context for the listeners, grew up, born and built here in Little Rock, lived all over the city. But back in 97 is when all the Believing Better started. So in 97, I was in seventh grade, got my second 9 weeks report card, made a 3.8 GPA. And I always tell people, in case they didn't know, that's real good. Um, and then third 9 weeks, we're getting ready to go to our seventh grade dance. It was called the Winter Ball, Winter Form, or whatever it was. And my mom took me shopping. Brian, we didn't grow up with a lot of money, so she took me shopping to TJ Maxx and bought me a tie-dye tie and some green slacks.
Ooh, you was
and that was a big
clean,
deal
boy.
to me.
Ooh, you was clean.
I'm telling you. Yeah, that's a big deal to go to TJ Maxx and get that. So I'm excited about going to the dance. But the week before the dance, my mom stopped me in our duplex and said, "You're not going to the dance next week." And I asked her, "Why not?" She said, "Well, your report card just came out and your grades are dropping." So my grades had dropped from a 3.8 to a 3.6. And my mother said I couldn't go to the dance because I had a 3.6. And I'm thinking, how many people wish they had 3.6?
Right.
And you punishing me for having a 3.6. That was in February of 97. My mom, I didn't know it at the time, but she had already been diagnosed with cervical cancer. And no one told us because we were young, which I understand. But in May of 97, my mom passed away. So that was my last real memory of my mom, other than, her being in and out the hospital and seeing her in the hospital. My last memory of her was telling me I couldn't go to the dance. And Brian, it took some years to realize what she was telling me. I didn't realize it at the time when you're 13 and you're dealing with the loss of your mom. But what she was telling me is that you could do better. Like, don't accept what is.
Right.
And I know that's a common thing we say now in the culture. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not how I live life. It's not. It is what it is.
Right.
It is what I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned that lesson and applied it to everything that I do, that I'm going to work for better. I'm not accepting it just is what it is. Everything I do in life, job, campaigning, marriage, friendships, I don't want it to be what it is. I want it to be what it can be. I want it to be better. And that's how I've been living my life. That's how I've worked as the city director for the city of Little Rock for the past 4 years. And that's why I'm running for re-election, because I want us to keep being better.
Mm-hmm.
I think Little Rock is going in the right direction. And I want to continue to be on the team to help us go from what we are to what we can be.
Wow. Okay. And one last and a quick 2 minutes, because we've got about 2 minutes left. Explain what the job of a city director. What is your everyday? What do you do on the city? What is job? What do they look for in the city director?
Yeah, absolutely. So just to be clear, I know you've been sharing information, but I'm an attorney. That's my day job. I've been practicing law for 15 years at the law firm of Wright, Lindsay, and Jennings. So being a city director is not a full-time job. That's the first thing. I know a lot of people ask me, "Are you still a lawyer?" Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm still a lawyer. I practice law every day. But as a city director, it's our job to set the policy and the agenda for the city staff, for all our departments. We kind of set the playbook for them on what we want them to do to fulfill your goals as a citizen. So you tell us what to do, and then we figure out how to get it done, and then we ask the city staff to go implement it. Mm-hmm. We also determine the budget for the city. So how much money we spend and where it goes is determined by the city board. So anything related to the city, as an at-large director, I represent everyone in the city of Little Rock. So you can reach out to me about any city issue, because that's my job. And if anyone want to learn more about me, B-Level, Antoine Phillips on all social media, and you can learn everything about the campaign at AntoinePhillips.com.
Good, 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 good. And before you go, I just want to stop and say I don't think a lot of people know. A lot of people are following our movement and knowing that I just won this big lawsuit with Plies, the rapper. And for you guys that don't know and don't recognize Antoine was the leading attorney on my legal team where we went to Florida and just got a big victory against the rapper Plies. So you do still practice law. I'm a living witness of that, and it just happened to benefit me. So if y'all need a good attorney, give the name of your law firm again, Antoine.
Yeah, right. Lindsay and Jennings Law Firm. We're a full service law firm. We have over 80 attorneys here in the state of Arkansas. So we do everything. So if you, other than criminal work, so if it's criminal work, then I have to refer you to a friend. But anything else, you can contact me, and we'll be happy to represent you and get you the same results we got, Brian.
All right. Appreciate you. Hey, man. Hey, listen.
Thanks,
we are
Antoine.
happy. Hey, listen, congratulations. I'm already claimed victory. Y'all get to the polls, and I'm going to tell y'all, some people say I ain't going to tell you who to vote, but just vote for somebody. I'm going to go a little further. I'm going to tell you to go vote for Antoine Phillips. He is somebody that represent. I've owned a business in this city. I have been able to touch this guy and talk to my representatives. He truly care about people. So go to AntoinePhillips.com if you need him to do any help for you, anything about the city. He is your guy. All right. So I'm gonna stamp you there, Antoine. Appreciate you for taking some time to talk with us this evening.
Thanks, Antoine.
No, I appreciate the invitation. Appreciate y'all movement on unpacking the baggage.
Thank you.
And y'all keep going, and everyone go vote. And like B-Level said, vote Antoine.
We got you.
Appreciate you, bro. Have a good evening.
All right. Talk soon.
Okay. All right, so last but not least, we have this really big announcement. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to even waste the time. So because this podcast is continually to grow, thank you to you guys each week that listen to us week in and week out. We are adding another person to our staff, right? We got Tristan Transformation, who's sick today. We have Aundria, who's the co-host. We have myself, and we are going to, and I'm thinking we're going to do it either next week or the week after, we're going to add a full-time comedian on the staff, all right? And this guy is going to make things fun. He will round the team out. I kind of already know who this person is. I'm not going to announce it right now. Midweek, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop some of his work that he's done in the community, but we're adding a full-time comedian on the team. So you'll be able to laugh. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some serious issues, but we're going to laugh a lot too. And so this guy is probably going to join us either next Sunday. He has some traveling plans that he's trying to move so that he can join us next Sunday. But if he cannot move his travel plans for this Sunday, he will join us the following Sunday, okay? But we will add a full-time comedian on the Unpacking the Baggage podcast here shortly, okay? Andrea, do you have anything else? Do we anybody else you want to shout out?
No, I'm just excited. I'm really excited for the comedian, and maybe we'll be pushing them buttons a lot more.
You're going to be mad when he started ragging on you. I know you don't like
He better not, though. I'm going to get his ass back.
Thank y'all. I see Kay Williams is on here. I see Kimber's on here. Thank y'all for listening to us each Sunday evening. And we don't take that for granted. We try to put together shows and talk about the things that y'all want to talk about. And
one last thing.
Yes.
And if y'all have something that you want us to talk about, please email B-Level. Please let him know.
Inbox us. Tell us
inbox us. Just give us some good topics, some good conversations, just some good speaking points, and we would love to hear from you guys.
That's 100%. We this podcast belongs to you guys. We're just running it every week. So whatever y'all want to talk about, please inbox the UTB podcast page. If you got content or you got situations that you're going through and you want us to talk about it, Sarkeisha actually gave us that on top of you suggested that. So Sarkeisha was dealing with that well, and she put it in my inbox, and it just so happened that you brought it up to talk about it again. So if you got topics that you want us to talk about, just hit us up, all right? Before we leave, I'm going to hit our sponsors again, and then we'll come back and sign off.
R&R Estates Farms, located in Little Rock, Arkansas, provides a charming venue and bed and breakfast, ideal for hosting various events, including weddings, corporate conferences, birthday parties, galas, networking events, workshops, live performances, theater productions, art exhibits, fashion shows, holiday celebrations, bridal showers, graduation parties, family gatherings, quinceañeras, themed events, outdoor festivals, wellness retreats, food and wine tastings, and photo shoots. Book with us today.
Let's re-elect Antoine Phillips for city director because he believes in better neighborhoods, better economic opportunities, better recreational opportunities. Early voting begins soon, October 21st. For more information, go to AntoinePhillips.com.
All right, don't forget to early vote tomorrow, next week, and we will see you next Sunday. Same bad time, same bad channel. Please keep your prayers for my boy Bo Lip. I'm going to go. I'll be communicating with his wife to give you guys the updates, but keep your prayers for my guy Bo, and we'll give you an update on him on next Sunday, okay? Until then, see you next week, same bad time, same bad channel.
Thank you.
Good night.